see what we got here this morning. Since Friday, which was a few weeks back, 5 instances of criminal behavior have been reported in the area, 4 of which are associated with PG.
On our wall, we have a
site, which is 100.
it's called a OSHA recordables, and it goes by days, man days, and how many days we've gone without a recordable injury. We went 5 years without an injury in that yard.
Yard property. Over the weekend, a heavy-duty cable that connected the generator to the dust boss.
The job that was at hand that day was supposed to be a routine job.
This morning, a worker
I was a lineman for 20 plus years, 25 years. You know, you can't think ahead. You got to take each case as it comes, because it may be a simple call and you don't know until you get there.
They took the wires out of the wall.
They called me up and said, hey, we're going to have to cancel the clearance. Everybody's on rest period, and it's just 2 of us. It was the crew foreman and John. And he says, what do you have that we can do today? And not being in my office, my immediate office, I was being in another office, I just went off the top of my head and I said, you know what, there's a job that you can do in front of a school, and it's just to hang some street light wire and replace it. And it should be a fairly easy job. At least that's what we thought it was going to be.
All right, good morning. We are in the rear of 41 Cervantes. We are on the F403. We got a source side device. I got it on the map right here. DO is going to be the Golden Gate, and they're going to be on radio number 2.
It's a different environment working on a pole. You're not standing on level ground with a bench in front of you and a vise and the tools. You're working in the air. The work started on the pole, as far as I'm concerned, still on the pole. Hold the pull is a lineman's term. And when you hear hold the pull, it means something's wrong.
Just stop right there, and whoever says hold the pole, everybody's listening to that one individual. 26 years ago when I hired on, I was working in GC Line in Victor, and the area foreman there, Patty Ryan, when we were doing big jobs, he would come out and tailboard us and say, I don't want to see any cars left in the yard tonight. Everybody goes home.
Electricity, it doesn't talk to you, it's just there waiting. Sometimes you can get into the middle of it and realize you missed something. If you miscalculate or make an assumption that you can't back up, somebody's going to pay for it.
There is no routine work in this line of work. Linemen have to be alert at all times.
You never guess. I've made mistakes, I've made miscalculations, but it was never, I think this will work. You have to be sure.
That Wednesday, January 22nd, the next day, I drove into the yard, and when I opened up the gates, the first thing I saw was that one last car in the yard, and it hit me like a ton of bricks.
The hazards are considerable. Most of the time you drive down the street, you see the poles up there, you don't even think about it. But my responsibility to myself, to my family, and to the public out there, you know, they all go together.
I wrote this poem for Johnny after his untimely death, and I called it One Last Car in the Yard. Rules and policies, books and procedures, they're made for a reason. Please be a believer. We fear the worst and pray for the best. I want you to go home tonight like all the rest. The work is hard and very dangerous. We must be alert or it will injure us. Our families are proud of the work we do. We make it look easy, but don't let them fool you. Take life for granted if you will. God didn't make you a lineman. You're trading with a skill. Yes, we know it's not for everyone, but those who are can get it done. Be your brother's keeper. We heard it before, because we have no idea what is in store. 0 damage, 0 injuries. They tally up the sheet. I want you to go home tonight and put your kids to sleep. A safety barbecue, a safety watch, or a safety pin. If we don't follow the rules, no one will win. I love you like my brother. I love you as a friend. I want you to live your life full, right to the end. There was one last car in the yard last night.